another edition of The Smoking Den. I'm your host tonight, Smoky Dan. It's finally warm enough to head on outside and do a balcony review. So, I'm going to start it off today with an infused cigar. This is the Drew Estates Java. And I've smoked a few of these in the past. Only one of their Maduros, which this is. And my experience with them has been sort of hit or miss. So I'm curious to see what I will think of this one. This is the Robusto size, but you might be fooled into thinking it's a different size because it's big for a Robusto. It's 5.5 inches long with a 50-inch square gauge, and it's a super box press cigar. This thing, the angles in it could cut butter. That said, it's a all Nicaraguan cigar except for the Maduro wrapper, which you know what? I'll be honest, I don't remember off the top of my head where it comes from, but Brazil. It's so nice out that I'm losing my mind here. It's a Brazilian Maduro wrapper. Let's remove the footband. Has this sort of actually a nice chocolatey smell to the wrapper. It's that infusion. But we'll see what it renders. This is a brain fart day. Infusion gives a little bit of sweetness to this, but so far not a whole lot in the first impression. Good news is I don't think it's going to be an Isla del Sol. That's one of Drew Estates' less expensive coffee-infused cigars. I reviewed one years ago. And I stand by what I said during the video. I think it's a crapola cigar. It feels like I have a little bit of a sweetened cap. Beyond that, I'm getting a mouthful of smoke. It seems to be about medium bodied, but I can't really get any flavors out of it. It lets itself know that it is an infused cigar, and it does have some coffee flavor in the back palate. It's there, but it's not cloying. At least I don't think it's cloying. If you hate infused or flavored cigars, you're going to hate this no matter what. But I don't find the coffee sensation to be cloying. It's there. It's in the backdrop. I mean, they're just the faintest hints of leather and nuts, and coming in sort of around that chocolatey coffee core that's coming in. But there's very little. I mean, as far as the actual tobacco goes, beyond the infusion, there's not much going on. But I have a few inches left to smoke. Be back in a couple seconds on the YouTube screen with the verdict. And welcome back for the verdict on the Drew Estates Java Robusto. Thank you to Drew Estates for the extra half inch on the cigar. Flavor profile, it's gotten a little bit more medium, but it has gotten a little bit more interesting. Draw's been excellent, burn's been perfect, ash is rather average, and the construction of the cigar has been really, actually pretty beautiful. Rich, dark Maduro wrapper, kind of a sandpapery quality to the touch, a little bit veiny. But as far as the flavor profile goes, I'm happy to report this is leagues better than the Isla del Sol. That coffee flavor is pretty predominant in the back to bottom palate, and there's a little bit of chocolate coming in that seems to me to be from the infusion. The actual smoke isn't super interesting. Really, all that I'm getting from the actual tobacco is a core of cream flavor. But it's an interesting and developed enough cream flavor that it really mingles very well with the infusion and creates a sort of a cafe au lait, almost like a cappuccino type of flavor. It's not for everybody, but if what I just described sounds what you'd like, you don't have a whole lot of alternative. I think I could personally, even though I'm not huge on infused cigars, I could enjoy this like as a morning cigar. This is quite pleasant. Even if you're not into infused cigars, I think you might enjoy this one. It could be worth a shot for you. This is a very tough one for me to rate because it does play in a league of its own, but I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Price point, it's about $8. I paid $7.80 for this stick, and that seems to be pretty much the industry average. It also comes in a natural wrapper and also in a mint flavor. There are only 3 coffee-infused cigars on the market that I know of, and they're all made by Drew Estates. Maybe there are more, I just don't know. You've got the Isla del Sol, as I mentioned. You've got the Java. You've also got the Tobacco Especial, which I've had, and actually it's pretty good. Like I say, for what I'm describing sounds like it's up your alley, go for it. And if you're not into infused cigars, you're probably not even going to be watching this video. That said, my apologies for the flubs in the beginning, but please subscribe. We got a lot more great videos coming your way if you already haven't subscribed. Feel free to leave a comment. I look forward to hearing from you. And keep smoking whatever you're smoking. We'll see you around for the next review.